Hey everyone, we're going to do an update with Monica today. Been a bit down in the dumps lately because there's been some stuff happening.
Yes.
So we're gonna do some work for that.
Yeah. See what
shows up.
Yeah.
See what shows up. So as we've chatted about in the past, there has been a bit of abuse in Monica's past, and there's a woman, Mavis, who has been quite abusive of Monica's kindness and sweetness, and hasn't brought the best out in you to a certain extent, has it?
No.
Not from your good little Catholic girl, sort of upbringing, but
it's the way I am.
You have stood up for yourself, though.
Yeah.
Which has been amazing.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you feel good though when we're taught to be nice to everyone all the time.
That's right.
But so two things happened simultaneously. One of them was this Mavis woman took advantage of Monica, and the other one was bye. And the other one was seeing someone you love down south, and how they're being treated. So it's sort of like the combination of things.
Yeah.
Seeing the abuse, feeling the abuse within a very short space of time.
That's right. Yeah.
So I suspect, I might be wrong, but I suspect it might have brought up some of your old stuff. Just a thought.
I think it might have. Because you think of it when you see it.
Oh, there goes the adrenals. Hard survival. Hard deep survival.
Oh, wreck.
Hidden deep survival. Now I'm going to check your immune system. Just out of curiosity. Okay, so that's saying it's okay. So let me just ask in relation to Mavis's energy. Oh, yeah. So it's like your nervous system is treating her like a virus or a bacteria or a parasite. She's a parasite.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I shouldn't say that, but
it's I'm sorry. I just don't want to talk to her. She scares me now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's like your immune system is having this massive reaction when she's in your energy or even in your thought processes.
Yeah, that's right.
We can have these full-on reactions at any stage.
Well, her stuff's still in the lounge room. I've got to move it downstairs, but all crystal stuff's down there.
Oh, right. So does all that need to be shifted so that there's space?
Yeah.
Is there enough space if it was organised?
Yeah. I've just got to do it. So I'm home this weekend and I've mowed all the lawns, so they're right now. Because it's winter and they're not growing.
Yeah.
So I have a weekend off now.
Okay, in relation to Mavis. And that's the sort of thing that can make us run down. So when we get inflamed, that can bring on the depression and the stress and anxiety, because you can't have those things unless your brain's inflamed. Let me just ask in relation to Mavis. Okay, so the first thing showing up is the triple heater. So that's that combination of the adrenals, the thyroid, and your immune system. So the triple heater is all three of them. Yeah, so creating despondency, loneliness. Was there something about her that made you feel lonely when she was in your house?
Yeah, because I couldn't have the radio on, I couldn't have this on. It was just like having the
right.
back there again.
Absolutely.
It's the last time.
And it's often worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
When there's someone in your house and you feel lonely, it's worse than being alone.
You can't do anything. You just can't run your life.
Yeah, feeling hopeless.
One good thing, I was on HCG, so I didn't have to cook or, I could cook because she wasn't in the house. And, once it's in the fridge, fine.
And then your nervous system regrets that you did it.
Yes.
Messed with your self-worth because you allowed her to move in.
That's right.
Whereas you've been so strong for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, no surprise, you haven't let it go. Okay. Now, in relation to your loved one down south who's in a abusive relationship, so just thinking about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Hold, 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 hold. Right. So that one's not directly messing with the immune system, but it is showing an energy mismatch. So your body doesn't know what to do with it.
Mm.
And when we've been in abusive situations, sometimes it's more the devil you know rather than the devil you don't know.
Yeah,
So
that's
abuse is normal sometimes. So, and it feels normal sometimes.
I must admit, she's so strong.
Yeah. Good, good, good. And that's good to see as well.
Yeah.
And good to feel.
Yeah. Because she doesn't bite, you know, when the crap's going on.
I'm not sure how good I would be at that.
But I was too.
Yeah.
I never argued. That's why when the divorce came to the door, Troy said, no, they're not getting divorced. They didn't fight.
Yeah, right.
So he'd never seen us fight.
Huh. Yeah, right, okay. Interesting.
You're married, just stay there.
Yeah.
But you never go back again.
Yeah. Okay, and once again, in relation to your loved one down south. About yourself, about the situation, yeah. So there was discussed about the situation, about how big it is.
Mm.
So not about you, not about her, not about him, it's about the situation.
Mm.
Yeah, right, which just made you feel really sad, like that overwhelming sadness of how that is her life.
And there's no solution.
Yeah.
I saw it with my own two eyes now, so.
Okay, a bit of shame in there.
Mm.
That you hadn't seen it until now, how big it was? Or do you think that more comes from the fact that
Oh, no, I've seen it for ages.
Yeah.
But it just came to a head
Yeah,
there
okay.
that one day, so.
Yeah.
But when she gets really upset, she just rings me and we have a chat and she says, oh, well, it's not that bad after all.
Absolutely.
And that's my thing. Ring me whenever you want.
Yep. Get it off your
It
chest.
doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the night.
Yep. Like in Sleepless in Seattle. Miss Scarlet in the broom closet with the radio.
When she was living in Canberra, she rang me, that was around about 2 o'clock in the morning, because there was someone knocking on her door.
Yep.
And wouldn't go. And I said, call the police. And she said, I have. And the police ended up coming at 9 o'clock, just as she was ready to go to work. Because she kept singing out the window, this is not the body corporate. Body corporate's in unit such and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hold. Hold. Have you ever had a stalker?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, right.
That's why I have a ring on that finger now.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my security.
So all of that energy with both of them is making you, it's making you though stand in your power more. It's that right-sided masculine energy that makes you strong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great energy to be in, but we'll bring it back. Just because it can be exhausting.
Yeah, because I'm just tired. Like, I sit down to watch the news and I don't even see it.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of the day I just keep going, but it's when I sit down. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm going to bed early, but then I'm waking up early too. And the dog's waiting for me for her walk.
Thank goodness.
We were on the streets at 4:30 this morning.
Did you see my adventure pants on the ironing board? So my motorbike adventure pants have arrived.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'll have to have a look.
See if they fit. Yeah, they're like really thick. It's like Michelin Man pants.
Oh, right, okay.
Waterproof, windproof.
Oh, good.
Did I tell you about that? So I think I ordered them last. What was it?
I
Last
think you were
Thursday?
ordering them when I was here last
Yeah,
time.
right. And I ordered the men's ones.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So then I reordered. I rang up and I
Yeah, you're on
reordered the
the
women's
phone
one.
then.
Yeah, right. So that all got sorted well. Yes, they arrived today.
Oh, good.
They're very sexy. Yeah, no. Imagine that amount of layers. And it's got hip padding and knee padding.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's what every girl wants.
Yeah, but do you want to be cold?
No. I
I
think
could
it's
put up
gonna.
with anything if I'm not cold. Can't handle a cold.
Yeah.
Oh, you should see me going out walking.
Well, depending on.
Oh, well,
I think it could be wet first thing in the morning. It looks like there might be rain somewhere. Anyway, so if Jay takes the car, I might take the motorbike up to Toowoomba again to see Bernard.
Oh, okay, yeah. How's he going?
Another 3 stints going in today, so that'll be
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 7 so far.
Oh.
But he's alive and kicking so
That's
far.
right, yeah.
And I don't know if the stats are still the same, but about 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was 1 in 2 people over the age of 50 who have a heart attack don't get a second chance.
Okay.
So I don't know if that number has improved. But actually, I did hear something around during COVID because AMBOs had to do so much of the cleaning and the gear between people, they weren't getting out to as many patients.
That's right, and they're waiting hours.
So people were dying just purely because of AMBOs, and I'm not saying they shouldn't be cleaning, but you know, it's just been a weird year for ratios to be out of whack and stuff.
That's like someone came in to get some equipment and she was there, she fell and she was there for 4 hours.
Wow.
He rang the ambulance, 4 or 5 times.
Crown chakra. Okay, so let's have a look why. So crown chakra, if it's blown, it's often when you take on too much of other people's stuff, or you just don't feel. How were you at meditation last night?
Yeah, pretty good.
So you were able to calm down, get into the zone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. So crown works with palatine and thymus gland. So
Considering it was the first week back for over a year.
yeah,
Because
right.
through COVID we couldn't have it. And now we can only have it once a fortnight.
Don't get me started. Okay, so tongue on the roof of the mouth, and your thymus gland, and crown chakra, and relax. And hold. And hold. Right, so you got 3rd stage stress. So that's pretty impressive that you were able to just calm the farm during meditation last night. So, because that's what, so that's chronic
A
fatigue
couple of
of your
times
crown.
I went back to Mavis.
Yeah.
The thoughts there.
Yes.
But then I was able to get back
Get that, yeah.
into it. Yeah.
See what we need to do first. Okay, so firstly we need to go into the reticular activating system. So something about that is not feeling protected. So the RAS will tell me what hormones your body's releasing under stress. Yeah, right. She's really zipping you up. So it's still acetylcholine. That's that triple shot of coffee you know, when that anger just comes in and
I've
or the
been drinking a lot of
frustration.
coffee, except for the last 2 days.
Yeah,
Green
right.
tea.
Okay. Yeah. So the acetylcholine's creating that vigilance. I mean, you could just chuck her gear. You did threaten to do that, didn't you?
I did. And then that's when she started phoning me, and I don't want her to phone me. I just don't answer, do I?
No. How much stuff is there?
About the width of that room.
Okay. Yeah, right. So a fair chunk.
Yeah, and about two.
Where is she?
$2. I don't know. She was at some retreat thing. Oh. I bought a retreat. I was the Uber driver that day because she sent me a text saying that if I could come and pick her up, she'd sort through all the stuff and that. Okay, I went and picked her up, and she went straight up to the retreat. Oh, yes, and the abuses I was going up. As soon as I got in the car, you will turn that radio off, won't you? And I said, well, I've only started the car. As soon as I start the car, I turn it off. And then she said that she's got to get a car. I thought, oops, get a car. Yeah, I'll take her to get a car. And she said, why? I said, where are you going to pick up the car? And she said, why do you ask me questions I can't answer? Okay. So then that's when I shut up, and I thought, no, I can't do this. So I haven't contacted her. She hasn't contacted me since, but I've got to do it now.
Got to get rid of it. Because that holds energy. All that stuff holds energy.
I was thinking about getting it all downstairs on Saturday,
Yeah.
and have her pick it up between 1 and 5 on Sunday. If it's not picked up, it will be outside.
Yeah, right. So I've got to do a tuning fork combo, lung energy and spleen. So lung, spleen. Lung's about grief, guilt, regret. Spleen is about when your sympathy and empathy is misplaced. The imbalance is, there's too much imbalance.
It's making me feel really horrible now, though. Yeah, I don't want to be nice to anybody now.
Yeah.
So,
I know, it's awful when you get to that spot, isn't it?
It makes it so much harder to be nice.
Yeah.
And like at meditation last night, there's 2 older ladies there that live down near me, and I said, do you want to lift home? And they didn't answer me to start off with, and I said, well, if you want to lift home, just meet me at the front door. And, you know, I don't talk like that,
Yeah.
but they met me at the front door.
But some of that really is about people just not being, because you know people have changed in the last year.
Oh, yeah.
People aren't as nice as they were. People are more frustrated and short and...
Yeah. Well, both
You know,
of these live alone too, so they're most probably alone sort of thing, so.
So the flower essence, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. The flower essence that showed up was pine. Hey, woo!
Bless you.
Excuse-moi. So pine is a bark flower essence.
Yeah.
And it is to do with when you're speechless, you know, so if someone takes away your speech because you can't speak, because they're being a cow, and then you become over-disciplined to make someone else happy.
Yeah.
So you take on responsibility for their happiness by changing the way that you are.
Yeah.
And how often have we seen that over the years?
Mm-hmm.
So the flower essence is, it's pine, bark flower essence. And that's about self-blame for all mistakes.
Yes.
So other people blame you and then you take it on. Although you're getting better at that.
Yeah.
But even now
But this time it's like idiots written right across my face, and it's all up in lights.
Being nice to someone doesn't mean you have to say yes to invite them into your house.
Yeah, I know, I've learned that now.
So just because you continue being the nice Monica doesn't mean that this ever has to happen again. And like you say, you've learnt your lesson.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very, very good thing. You've learnt your lesson again.
Yes, because this isn't the first time.
Well, and maybe it's left over from a part. Would your mother have done the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be genetic, you know, this niceness. And hey, you know, going
Well,
back
see,
during the war and stuff, what do you do
Yeah.
if someone comes to your home and they're starving and bleeding? You
Yeah.
know, you'd look after them.
Yeah.
Assuming they were decent human beings, but you'd look
Yeah.
after them. You wouldn't even think twice about it. So I think there's nothing wrong with being kind. Yeah, but yeah, okay. So the three things that it's sort of self-blame for all mistakes, unrealistic sense of responsibility, you know, why is it your responsibility, and obligations overwhelming you. So, and that is all, like, that is so you. You know, like even the last 12 months with all of the stuff you do for the church. Not, I know you love it, but all of that stuff and the people whose yards you mow and like all of that stuff, it's lots.
Yeah.
But you like being busy.
But see,
but there has to be a time when you say yes for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most of the stuff I do is all volunteer.
Yes.
Like Red Cross is volunteer, church is all volunteer.
Yes.
And then there's a couple of lawns that I mow because they don't have the money, and I'll do that
And
too.
it keeps you busy.
Yeah. Well, I say it's exercise.
Yes.
And it is, because in mowing a lawn you can get up to 20,000 steps a day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, by doing the lawn and you walk and stuff like that. I can get 20,000 quite easily.
That's
on the weekends when I'm mowing.
So, let's go this little guy. I take responsibility for my attitudes and now choose to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively dissolve my self-blame for all mistakes, my obligation overwhelming me, my unrealistic sense of responsibility that leads to depression and fatigue, into all-encompassing love. I make the commitment to kindly, gently, lovingly and supportively take on those responsibilities which are in the best interest of myself and others. I will assess my accomplishments and failures realistically and with love. I will assess my accomplishments and failures realistically and with love. Like 5 years ago, could you imagine the amount of steps that you're doing these days?
That's what my daughter said to me. She said, but you don't like walking.
Yeah, right. And what did you say?
I said, well, I did find my feet.
Yeah.
Because she was the walker. Yeah, I just sit around.
You finally worked out why you've got a dog.
Yes. When I found out that she doesn't have any arthritis in her and she's 8 going on 9.
Because what sort is she?
Husky.
Husky, yeah.
I've taken her for a walk just about every day since then. The only thing that stops me is rain.
Yeah.
And then I was away 5 days and I've had 3 days where I've taken her two walks. So I've only got another 2 days to go, and I caught up those 5 days. Nice. Because I won't let anyone else take her for a walk.
Yeah. Would you use a rain jacket or not? It's just too yucky.
If it's close to her having a bath, that's fine. I'll take her in the rain.
Yeah.
Silly girl. She can come in at night and she's sitting out in the garden these cold nights.
Yeah, she's a husky.
Crazy.
That's why we're going to Armidale. Okay, so the next one to blow after the crown is the heart chakra. So, and it's been an underlying fear of this happening again. You know, so your brain, it's almost like your brain opened up your crown chakra, so you're taking everyone's crap, so you feel as bad as possible, so you never do it again. So now we've got that sort of sorted, so that's back to normal. So now the next one's showing up as a heart chakra. So now you've got to stop picking on yourself for having said yes because you were being nice and you did not know what she was going to be like. And
Well,
you did think she was a domestic violence person.
She told me she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I seem to think now she committed the domestic violence on him and maybe he retaliated and hit her.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of gaslighting that goes on in those situations. Yeah. Now your little heart chakra.
I didn't know she smoked. Yes, she does. And I didn't know she drank. I walked into the room to shut the window one day, and she'd been there 12 days, and there was 11 empty wine bottles.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were sort of glaring at me.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't lock the doors. She wouldn't even shut the door, so the dog only had to lean on that door and she's gone. And she's a runner.
Yeah. Which is just huge. You know, it's just huge having that energy in your house again.
The house is mine and the dog's. We
Yeah.
just have visitors now.
Very good. So now your heart chakra is bullying. So when you don't feel self-love, self-worth, I am loved, I am loving, I am lovable. When you don't feel that, it blows your base chakra.
Okay.
So part of, because on the Enneagram, I suspect you're a 3. The 3 are carer, they're carers.
Yeah.
It's the innate personality type.
Yeah.
So when you're not caring for someone, you don't feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So when you care for someone and they do you a dirty, and then you feel like I can't care for anyone, your self-esteem goes down.
Yeah.
So it's but there has to be that grown-up realization. Just because you're being nice to someone doesn't mean they can abuse you, because you can say no.
Well, at least I got her out before I went away.
Yes.
Otherwise, I wasn't going away.
Yeah.
So I
Well done.
was strong enough to get that out.
Yeah, well done.
There's a little bit of language with that too.
Nice. Sometimes that's what we need to get our point across. Yeah, so sort of like interesting. So your first, your fourth, your seventh chakra, you know, like boom, boom, boom. So no wonder you're feeling fragmented,
Yeah.
you know, and you've been finding it so hard to focus and be switched on. Put the 3 of them in and hold. And hold. Beautiful. No, that's perfect. It's switched on.
Right.
It's switched off the way it's supposed to. Nice.
Good. Being you, lady. And like I'm on HCG, but I'm not doing it as good as I should.
Do we need to start weighing in each morning via text again?
That's a good idea. Yes.
It's like a truth serum.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay weighs the least he's weighed in 9.5 years.
Wow. It's incredible.
Hold out.
Yes.
Of course he doesn't trust me, which is funny since I've got an Excel spreadsheet with our weights for the last 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So I said, oh no, I said, it's been a long time. He said, no, I did it last time. I said, you didn't do it last time. He said, yes, I did. Anyway, he didn't. And I was right.
Was he close?
No. Oh, no, he, maybe last time he hit 1 kilo off. But before that, it was like, maybe 3 years ago, he got 1 kilo off what he is now as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been 9.5 years since he was anywhere near this. So we think we'll do over the weekend again and, you know, kick into exercise next week.
Look, I haven't eaten anything yesterday or today.
Yeah.
So
Doing a 48-hour fast.
I've got a steak there to have tonight, so I'll take the drops on my way home, and then I can eat as soon as I get home.
Yeah, I had Hungarian goulash for lunch. It's a good HCG meal.
Oh,
It's just tomatoes and onion in the base.
Yeah.
Little red wine. But you know, it's predominantly tomato base.
Yeah.
But yes, that's beef, so can't do beef for dinner. And if I do, I'll be up tomorrow.
Yeah. No, Sunday I had bread and fruitcake. Oh, it was beautiful.
Oh, yum. Was that binge weekend?
No, it was supposed to be on HCG.
Okay.
I've been good for days before that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. Survival. Deep survival. In deep survival.
You're
Yay!
amazing.
That's so fantastic. Your little nervous system, it just sops it up. It goes, yes, please. Pick me, pick me, pick me. And your motivation's obviously back.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, tell me. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most motivated, 0 being the least. Where's your motivation?
No, I read about 8.
Okay.
8, yeah.
And
8.
what are your things that are messing with it at the moment?
Well, it's mainly eating, and then when I'm eating,
Yeah.
that's. But doing stuff, I suppose, I'm 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Saturday I was very lazy.
Where's your hunger?
Well, see, we were on cuppa roster,
Yeah?
and that was I didn't eat any of the pikelets that
Yeah.
I made, but she had
Well done.
fruitcake, and then I
do
had
love
some.
fruitcake.
Then I had some bread in the freezer. Well, it's all gone in now,
Yeah?
and I'm not allowed to go to shops
Yeah.
because I'll do the fast. I've got apples there.
Yeah?
If I really get stuck, I've got eggs there.
Yeah?
So you can't be trusted to go to the shops. So you eat what's in the house. I'm talking about stuff that's on HCG.
Mm.
I know the eggs are not really, but
Yeah. Yeah, we had a calamari salad somewhere on Saturday afternoon. We figured that was pretty close.
Mm.
And it was good. It was a mescaline salad underneath that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is finding places that have something doable, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, next Tuesday I've got a day out with Joy again.
Nice.
So I don't know what we're doing yet. I texted her today. I said, it's your turn to figure out where we're going.
Okay, so something about motivation is messing with your brain. So do you feel like your motivation comes and goes, and when it goes, the things will fall apart?
I guess that in thinking about that, the motivation, like when I first started HCG, I just went like a rocket.
Yeah?
But now I'm sort of cheating,
Yeah.
You get that
Because
little
you know
cheat.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose I'm not motivated to really stick to it.
Mm. And partly because you know you can do it any time.
Yeah, I know. But I'm a fair way up now, so I've really got to
Kick in and do it.
do it properly. Because that's the trouble. My clothes don't fit me anymore because I got rid of a lot of the bigger ones.
You want to get into your cute as a button exercise gear again.
Yes.
And okay, so that one was reticular activating system. That's why I asked about motivation, because it's, yeah, right. So it's like, exactly what you just said. You're not being as diligent as you used to.
That's right.
So there's the expectation of long-term stress now because you're not as diligent as you used to be.
Yeah, that's right.
So even though your brain focuses on it,
Yeah.
once you lose it, you lose it big time.
Yeah.
So then you go back to, because it's about focus.
Yeah.
But then assuming long-term stress. So your brain now knows your pattern, knows you can get the weight off, but it knows your pattern, and it knows how naughty you can be really quickly to blow it all
right.
out of the water as well.
The only reason I need to go to go to the fruit and veggie shop, there's nothing harm in there, but you just need the chicken or the protein,
Yeah.
I'll have to go with somebody that I'll say I'm
Keeps
not
you on
allowed
the
to buy
straight and
anything
narrow.
else, yeah.
Oh, okay. So once again, is that because of Mavis? Cheeky babe down south, down south. So something about being in that environment down south, it released one of your real fear patterns in your nervous system. The flower essence is grey spider flower, which is in the emergency essence, the Aussie bush flower emergency essence. So it's when we forget what we know. We lose our innate knowledge. Because terror releases all that cortisol and everything, shuts down the frontal cortex, so therefore, we forget what we know. No, this is to do with your mum as well, because it's 10 drops.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, okay.
it's all happening over the three generations, really.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it would be a game.
Yes, your afternoon brandy. Well, I wouldn't mind knowing the percentage of narcissists in the world, because I suspect it's probably quite high these days.
I reckon so too.
I think there's something going on. We know that they, scientists are trying to mess with all sorts of things with our brain and with GMOs and stuff. And I was listening to a guy this morning. Actually, it was the guy. Oh, was it the one? No, it was a different one. This morning I was listening to a 3-hour podcast with the guy who developed the mRNA technology going back about 30 years ago. So that's pretty interesting. Him and a couple of other scientists who were standing up going, oops. Anyway, so then the other guy, there was a podcast in the last couple of days that was about all of the technology available in all of these areas of our lives where nanotechnology can change the way our brain functions.
Okay.
So, and how it can cross the blood-brain barrier, get into our brain, and then be affected by stuff like Wi-Fi and EMFs and that sort of thing. So that was really interesting as well. And this guy was saying, this isn't conspiracy. I've been working in the industry for 20 years. This is the research. He said, everyone wants to call us conspiracy theories, but we're citing research. Anyway, yada, yada, yada. We just have to keep ourselves happy, healthy, and well.
Yep.
Anyway, therefore I wonder if their narcissists are increasing because of that sort of technology. I knew I had a thought in there somewhere.
I think you're right there.
Because, I don't think we're necessarily becoming nicer human beings. It's all a bit sad, really, isn't it? And it might just be people being on the spectrum and that sort of thing, but who knows what we're doing that's accidentally causing that as well. Beautiful. Okay, so now, optimal weight loss. optimal health. Check your organs. Brain. Hold, Wooshka. Hold. What a surprise.
Just doesn't want to do it, does it?
Yeah, your brain goes, yeah, I can do this again. I can walk 30. What's your biggest amount of steps you've done a day?
I think it's around about 34.
34,000. Nice. It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
20 is pretty average on a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 14 already today, so. Well, my walk, my short walk, which she doesn't like doing, she growls at me when we turn around. That's around about 6,000.
Yeah, right.
And on a weekend, we'll go right around the industrial estate. Well, that can be up to 8, sometimes even 9. Depends if we go the little bit extras.
That's so cool. Hold back for me. Yeah. So that's the thyroid a little sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
Adrenals, of course, shut down thyroid. So when you're stressed, shuts down thyroid. Wheat and dairy, shut down thyroid.
The ice cream.
Well done, well done.
Think about it.
Yeah, right. It's a few years ago I was making like a mock ice cream, which wasn't ice cream at all, but it was like cottage cheese, xylitol, maybe it had like a raspberry coulis through it, but I made the raspberry coulis with xylitol.
Okay.
I just had that swirled through it.
Okay.
And and then just some chunks of almonds or something like that through it. Anyway, so I just blitzed it up in the thermi, added, swirled through the raspberry coulis.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, high protein, no stress, low GI. In one of my videos a few days ago, I chatted about the apple cider vinegar, and one of the guys has been using it for his diabetes and kidney stones.
Okay.
And kidney stones hadn't occurred to me before, but it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm pretty good with that. I think there's only 2 days I haven't got my 2 litres.
Yeah, well done.
Because there was one day I only got a litre done, so then I had 3 the next day.
Yeah.
But I think I'm still missed 2 days where I didn't get it done.
And how come?
Slack.
Fair enough. Hold that. And was it really slack, or were you busy or something?
No, slack.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think they might have been the days when I had the coffee too.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's easy to go coffee to coffee to coffee when you're not thinking
I
about
know.
it, isn't it? Yeah.
I can be a chain coffee drinker.
Yeah. Yeah. The funniest person I ever had, I'm going back, was a real estate agent. It was maybe 20, 25 years ago. And I know where I was. I was in my very first clinic down in West Ave, so that probably is close to 25 years ago. Hold up. And I said, how many coffees do you have a day? And he said, 20 to 30. And I'm like, 20 to 30? I said, how do you have it? And he said, white with 3 sugars. And I'm like,
oh no.
White with 3 sugars? I can't even remember what he came to see me for. But some things just stand out because they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things. Then I had another lady, and she came to a Touch for Health course once to learn kinesiology, and she had one of her sons. He was very young, and he already had Crohn's disease, so chronic inflammation of the bowel. And so she had put all this energy and money into coming to do this course with me, and she was so stressed. Anyway, that morning tea, and she had a coffee, white and 3 sugars. And I went, wow, white and 3 sugars. And I said, I've only ever had one person. Anyway, so of course I told my coffee guy story. And anyway, and then about 5, 6, 7 years later, she actually worked for me as a receptionist for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And the first day at work, I said, so do you still have your coffee white and 3 sugars? She said, why do you remember these things? I said, I don't know, they just stick in there. Can't remember your kids' names, but I know you have white and, white and 3 sugars.
Because it was something that astounded you in the first place, so that's
exactly
why you remember it.
And hold up,
Oh, yes.
hold, and hold up. Beautiful.
Yes.
Liver, 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 liver. Gotta love your liver, liver, liver. Okay, next one's pancreas for hunger. Hold in for me.
Yeah.
Hold in. This is why we do the thermoburn or the Resist X or the chromium.
Yeah, I've been using the Resist.
Yeah.
And when I've finished that one, I'm going to do the thermoburn.
Well,
Get rid of those.
and at some stage, wouldn't be a bad idea to try these fiber things. They're really quite interesting.
Okay.
You know, like on the days I'm hungry, if I take them, my hunger just disappears.
Okay.
It's quite fascinating.
I came home yesterday and I was hungry and I thought, oh, you're not going to spoil it now. And I could see the scales in your office here.
No siree, Bob.
Anyway, I got the mineral water out and I thought, oh, it solved that problem.
Well
Because I
done.
find the mineral water too, it just gives
Yeah.
you that something that's
Yes.
it's like food.
Yeah. No, it's a bonus, isn't it?
Well, that's one thing I'm learning how to change some things. It's just that food was in front of me on Sunday.
Yeah. It's not optimal, but there's a brand of cordial called Diet Right. Have you ever seen that?
I don't even want to touch cordial.
No, but it's a natural cordial with no artificial
Okay. I
sweeteners
think I
in.
have seen Diet
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So it's actually not bad ingredients,
Okay.
but you only need a fraction, because what I do sometimes when I feel like something other than water or apple cider vinegar and water is I, because we've got the bubbler.
Yeah.
So in bubbled water, I just put like a tiny bit of stevia in there, as well as like a tiny, and I do either stevia and lemon water, or which just makes like which is really easy, or just the tiniest touch of because you only need a tiny, like a teaspoon, just flavors the water the same way. Really easy, but there's nothing bad in there. There's no aspartame or anything.
Okay. Because I don't go near the soft drink anymore.
Well done.
Mineral water is the closest thing I get to soft drink.
Well, even just lemon juice in it with stevia.
Yeah.
Make yourself a squash, lemon squash.
Yeah.
There you go, my darling.
Thank you.
So the 3 organs messing with, and that makes sense. Spleen, blood sugar, liver, internalized resentment and anger, and your thyroid just taking the back seat, with sluggishness because your adrenals have been so heightened with all the stress. Anyway, you're back on the horse now.
Okay,
It's
thank
time.
you.
It's
Okay.
time.
You get a text tomorrow morning.
Excellent. You too.
Okay, thank you.
See you, everyone.
See ya.